And hello everybody and welcome to something a little bit different. I haven't done a review before of anything, so I managed to get the Jager in World of Warships. So I thought, why the heck not? Let's have a quick look at her. So, the Jager, she's your the latest tier 9 European destroyer. Yeah, she seems to very much live up to what a lot of people have been saying about her. She's all about the torpedoes. The torpedoes are, well, she's got 12 of them. Yes, 533s. Unfortunately, their damage is actually incredibly meager. Obviously, no command is selected, so you can see the base stats. But yeah, she's torpedoes damage is rather meager. If you do get a hit, you can expect, you know, or well, actually it's not base, is it? Because I've got these on, but you know, close enough. Just take 5% off it, and you know. Anyway, we may not have the same commander, but you pretty much can offer the same upgrades because, obviously we've got the main armament mod 1, we've got the engine room protection, which is just standard. Torpedo tube mod 1, which is going to be standard for this ship. Again, concealment mod 1, and again, torpedoes. This is pretty... It's going to be your choice between steering gear and propulsion. I haven't chosen any, but almost 4-second rudder shift. Acceleration's okay, so... Yeah, I haven't really gone with that at the moment. But yes! So, armor, unfortunately, she has... Well, she's got 90 mil everywhere, so she'll be able to resist some fire and bounce a few shots, but anything serious that comes up against that is... she's just going to get absolutely splattered. Nice that these are actually included in the armor, and a few of the other bits at the back aren't included in the armor. So you're not going to get any damage if you do those, in theory. Survivability, base at tier 9, remember. 15,900. Tier 9. If we look at other tier 9 ships, like, for instance, the Gotland, just... oh, you've got your commander on, yeah, but it basically does have a few more hit points than the regular ship, I would say. Fletcher's also got somebody on him, but, you know. Survivability, 17,000. Kent, 16,000. So it's not terrible. But you definitely feel flimsy in this ship. You seem to take damage from absolutely everything because of the, you know, yeah, 90 mil everywhere at tier 9. She's definitely flimsy. She feels flimsy, is what I'll say. So, the main battery. You don't buy the ship with the main battery. She is terrible. I mean, range 9.5 is not the worst ever. 4.3 seconds reload. It's not the worst ever, but again, it's tier 9. Dispersion, 86 meters. It's not worst ever. She can quite comfortably penetrate herself with a high explosive. Obviously, these are 150, so she can do damage to cruisers and things like that, but if you use your guns, things have gone terribly. You're either finishing off a ship that is heavily damaged, or things have gone terribly wrong for you. It's all about the torpedoes, yes. It's 4x3s. As I mentioned before, very low damage. Obviously, torpedo negation at higher tiers is a thing. So, you're like 28% over there, you know, 25% over here. If you do get a hit, you may be doing 3, 4, 5,000 damage on most things. It's the one real advantage that you have on this ship is the torpedo reload and the stealth. I mean, 2 kilometers, but you can get this thing up to about 95 knots quite comfortably if you have commander skills for it. So, and at 12 kilometers, so it is definitely a stealth torpedo boat. I have had kills on destroyers with this thing. You can do it. I'm not really a dedicated commander of anything anymore, so... Oh, I've got some premium XP. Oh yeah, I read the newsletter. I was wondering why that. I was wondering why that was there. I was like, oh yeah, I got the newsletter. Didn't I? Depth charges, nothing special. 6 bombs in the charge. AA is anemic, absolutely anemic, especially when we compare it to the Ostergotland. It's 75 AA, which is too much, too little. Maneuverability, 670-meter turning circle versus 610. And if you look at the Fletcher, you get the idea. It's not quite Kinakazi levels, but it's certainly, yeah, you feel sluggish in this. Well, I don't know. You feel vulnerable. I feel vulnerable in this ship. Feel vulnerable. Concealment, on the other hand, is brilliant. Base 6, well, if we got rid of that, which I'm not going to do because I have a lot of balloons, but basically 6-kilometer detection range. Obviously, if we recall our commander, 5.4. So you do have a lot of flexibility in getting in close, but of course, tier 9, hydro, radar, and all the other lovely gifts that comes with. Air detectability is 2.8. Well, your AA should basically be off unless you're being directly struck. Commander build is a pretty standard torpedo boat destroyer build. Well, this is also for my Ostergotland. The Ostergotland, which I suppose I should really show you, is a direct competitor to this, obviously. Yeah, 2.3 seconds on her reload. The torpedoes are similar. Again, 90 knots, but she can do a hell of a lot. Well, she can do 3k more damage with her torpedoes. So if you're used to playing, the European destroyers, then you're gonna get the sort of play style for this ship. I mean, these are mainly torpedo boats, but the main difference is if this gets caught in a gunfight, it may win. If this gets caught in a gunfight, you're dead, usually. But it is what it is. So, anyway, back to the captain build. I just seem to get grease the gears out of habit, but this is my commander for the Ostergotland, so if I didn't have this, I would probably either go with Dazzle or maybe actually Swift Silence that should be alright for this ship. Because she does have such a low detectability that you could probably get away with it, or even... nah, probably not that. Probably not that. Firing range? Yeah, no. RDF, yeah, if you get caught by another destroyer, you're pretty much dead, so, if you look at our survivability, we're up to 19.5 with that. Obviously, last stand. I haven't got the Swift Fish mod, but if we did, we would get 95 knots on our torpedoes, which is very obviously quite good. Obviously, Adrenaline Rush, pretty standard. Pretty standard. But let's get into a battle. I don't want to keep talking to you too long and boring the life out of you. I know it's not going to be a normal battle, but I felt like doing a asymmetric because yes, and matchmaking's been nice to us for a change. Although there are 2 Kievs on the enemy team, it depends whether one of them decides to come in our face or not. You will see how terrible I am at this ship. I'll talk about I should have really spoken about the campaign requirements before that, but well, didn't. But I don't want to do it later if I remember. Yes, I'll do it now. Right, the way to get the ship is basically through the armory. The campaign requirements for the ship. Basically, it's got its own custom campaign. A lot of it revolves around scoring torpedo hits, doing damage. There is a rather annoying one where you'll have to, oh god, what was it? Yeah, help team spotting damage. Well, you know how fun that can be. So, yeah, that one was particularly interesting. One thing of note, however, is that the campaign does not provide you with enough of the tokens to actually unlock the ship. So you will have to either spend money or spend some of your resources to acquire that. Yay! I went the route of spending some resources. I did have to use about 2,000 steel, and that is a bit of a burn. But I mean, if you do clan battles and things like that, you can get steel. Or if you do ranked or clans, you can get steel, you know. But yeah, speaking of torpedoes, they're already up. Wasn't speaking about torpedoes, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's not a terrible ship. It's just with the amount of radar and the amount of hydro, this ship does tend to struggle. If people, I think the reason that obviously there's a bit of new ship syndrome going on at the moment. People don't always know how to deal with it, but if this thing gets radared, you just die. It's not brilliant against anything with radar or anything like that. Torpedo angles. One of the first torpedo actually is good. The rest are pretty standard. And I meant to release that over there, but whatever. Obviously, gun range is about 9.4-ish, so not brilliant, not terrible. Say not terrible. Obviously, the quick reload on the torpedoes, very useful. I thought the Republic was going to go that way, but okay. It's only an asymmetric battle, so it's just so I can. I was going to sort of do, well, a regular battle and then go, oh well, I'll talk over the top of it like others did, but then I thought, nah, not my style. So, just to show you how anemic the guns are. Okay, that was actually decent. That was a decent strike. Oh, yeah, how anemic the guns are. But yeah, you're firing every second or so, every 4 and a bit seconds. Yeah, don't get cocky. This may be an asymmetric battle, but come on, actually play properly. Yeah, as you can see, these torpedoes are not the greatest. We've got 2 torpedo hits on there, 10k. Not brilliant, not terrible though. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, we are eating. As you can see, we haven't bounced anything. We are eating damage from absolutely everything. Nothing shattered. We are just constantly eating damage from absolutely everything. Unfortunately, I was about to say the flooding chance isn't particularly great, but, you know. Flooding hasn't been too terrible on this thing, to be honest. Because why not? Another 20 seconds and we'll have another load. It seems to be kind of the rhythm of this ship is just dump 2 or dump all 4 at the start, dump 2, then dump another 2, etc., etc. And try and stay out of detectability range. But this sort of gives you a bit of an idea on the damage you can do. Not spectacular, but I think if this was 2 players, his hydro would be up. Yeah, it's not terrible, not brilliant, not terrible. It can be fun. It can be quite fun to just jump up on people with this shit, but if they know you're there, you're gonna get absolutely splattered. But yes, if they know you're there, you're kind of in trouble, as it were. I don't know why I'm quite using the narrow spreads, but I am. Or I aren't, even. Right. Come on, Rook, turn. Nope, it was a pain, and we got some help from the side, which is fine by me. Obviously, Bismarck secondaries. 700 damage from the first sort of boot. Oh, planes, because of course we don't shoot anything down. Obviously, there's Nebraska's another one that has been introduced into the game recently, so yeah, Nebraska's. Because that's exactly what this game needed. More Nebraskas. I mean, I was happy with the Tone and things like that. I do admit I love the Tone a little. Tone's got a soft spot in my heart, but... Oh, and we're gonna die. Oh, that's embarrassing. Maybe not. Maybe not. Hang on. Mate, nah. Colorado got us. But you get the general gist. You get the general gist. I'm just gonna see when I actually land one of these torpedoes. But yeah, you get the general idea. It is very much a... Well, to be fair, I don't particularly play it well because I have this nasty habit of doing what you did in old World of Warships, which was getting close. Old World of Warships was all about getting close. Modern World of Warships is all about staying away. And, yeah, got one. But obviously, with some other ships, you can get, 300,000 damage in this game mode, so it's not particularly... It's alright. If I had to give it a score out of 10, I'd say it was probably a 6. It's not bad. It feels average and it can struggle. But some of this may be because, new ship syndrome. People don't know how to deal with it. And people don't know how to play it. People don't know how to deal with it. It's a bit of new ship syndrome. So I'd say it's about maybe a 6. Which is an average score, just slightly above average. Right. As for the combat missions, if we go into the armory, and we go to the Conquest of the Mediterranean, you end up with Mediterranean tokens. Now, yeah, you do have to pay 400 Mediterranean tokens to get this thing. Which is... considering you can actually do this for free, you can purchase Mediterranean tokens. Where is it gone? Yeah. A bundle. You're guaranteed to get 5, and you may get a few more in there. But yeah, I'm not paying that. I ain't paying that. Yes, Journey's End. The credits and other stuff. So basically, you have 2 of these missions going at the same time. You start off pretty much here, go into here. You have 2 different routes. This gives you, I think it was about... Well, it's about 30 per... It was about 30 per one. So you don't... It doesn't quite add up. Basically, this is what I had to pay to get it. Obviously, I completed the campaign. That last mission doesn't give you tokens, so, I can't remember what I actually paid for these. I definitely paid some, like, 2 lots of free XP, 10,000 coal on one of these. Bloody hell, I forgot. You numpty. You absolute numpty forgetting. But yeah, the long and short of it is, it's available for free if you grind, and you do have to grind, but it's not available for much longer. I think it's coming, or ending in the next... Ooh, some tokens. Ending in the next patch or so. About the event. Start, and yeah, ends in mid-August, so you still do have time. The camouflage for the Jager is 150. You can get it with 400 tokens, 2 SIB containers. Yeah, in total you can receive up to 900 tokens, it says, but yeah. Completing all the combat mission chains, you get 280, and then you have to pay some more on the top of that in resources. Which, I mean, it could be worse. They could, you can obtain it through other bits, in-game currency, or if for those of you who are rich enough, you can just buy the bundles to get 5. You get 5 each, and then, but coal, free XP, steel. Steel's not too... Well, steel is a pain to get a hold of, but mainly rank clan battles and getting lucky, really. But yeah, that's the Jager. It's... I think if this ship had existed in an earlier version of World of Warships, it would be overpowered and stripped. But as the game stands at the moment, with a radar, with a hydro, With submarines, you do have well, everybody knows what destroyers and submarines are like these days. So yeah, you. It really depends on your matchmaking, and it depends if the enemy team are aware of how to deal with you. But you can find games where you really do struggle in this thing. Obviously, I was talking and messing around in the asymmetric battle, which is bad, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, gun power's okay-ish. It feels anemic when compared to some of the other destroyers, even when compared to the Scotland, because it can just the volume of fire becomes a benefit. Get IFHE or something on that, then you really do start dealing in the damage. But yeah, I'd say probably a 6. I'd say probably a 6. It's an average ship. It's a good ship. If you get good matchmaking or a team that isn't paying attention, then she can do wonders. Well, do wonders. She can surprise a few people. She can definitely surprise destroyers. If you get 2 or 3 hits from one of these on a destroyer that's not paying attention, it will just bloop. But it is. But yeah, it's not. It's all right. It's all right. Am I really going to end my first review with "It's all right"? I think I am. So, thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you potentially for another review. I'm aware this one is terrible. I'm aware it is literally my first review, and I should have scripted some of it, but I didn't. Hence, I got things in order. I got it right in my head, and then started it, and then forgot everything immediately. She does look cool against the background now. Really does. Quite beautiful against the World of Warships can be a beautiful game at times. It really can be. Alright. I will see you when I see you. Bye, guys.